Well, we're back today on the old school farm, and today we have some plans that we need to take care of. Last episode, we did get the new barn taken care of here and built, and we got our Highland cattle. There's 2 of them out there. Yeah, they don't produce milk. That'll be all right. We don't really need milk. We just wanted the animals, and I wanted the Highland cows. I wanted these guys. They're looking awesome. Grazing the meadow. Pretty thick out here right now. But we also bought a decent amount of land last episode. And today I absolutely want to make sure that we figure out exactly where we want to put our new fields and how we want to extend this property. So we're going to first work out on getting this road extended. We'll get some gravel brought in later, but I wanted to clear the grass first with our skid steer and bucket here and just kind of get to the end. I'm not sure what we'll do with anything to the left of us here. We might just leave that as future plans, and everything that we're really going to focus on is going to be to the right. But I figured this, we kind of are saying this is the county road that we're extending and hoping they pave it long term for us and put some markings down. We're going to go all the way out to the end of our property here, turn around and get it finished. And then there's the other path that you can kind of see over there by the barn that's going to bleed into this. So I want to get the road layout figured out first before we start cultivating the new field. And I think that'll be a nice way to have us figure out exactly where we're going to put this cornfield that we're going to be working on today. We haven't done corn yet. I think that'll be a good one. Will require us to get a new header. We also are going to have to figure out some old school equipment to harvest the sugar beets when they are ready. But boy, these are big parcels that we purchased. So we're coming to the end of ours right now, so we can see the line up there of the bushes, and we should run into one right about here, and we'll go ahead and stop there. That'll be where we want to line it up, but I am going to go all the way back before we do this next extension of the road, because I want to make sure we line it up correctly. All right, so that should be pretty good for extending this for now. Like I said, we'll get some gravel brought in. Now I'm going to head on over to the road by the barn, and we're going to figure out a little design to weave the road to connect to this one. And that was our original plan, is to kind of get our road system to reconnect. So this tree will have to get taken out. I did get rid of most of them, but maybe we'll leave that one. This is a lot of land. We're not going to cut the grass and do silage. I just feel like we're just not going to do it. All right, let's loop around here. And it looks like we're going at about 240 is the angle that we're already going at. So we're going to go ahead and continue at that exact angle for a little bit here. And just kind of feeling natural. Once it feels like a good amount of space, I am going to start turning to the right, or the left, apologize. And I think we're going to do like a fork in the road here as well. So I think, yeah, we'll start cruising like so. And we'll get over to 180 or 190. We'll do 180 there. And that actually, let's turn around behind us and take a look. Yeah, that's a nice little bend that we did. And this should be good to make this a little more natural. We will turn right here. Looks good, and then we're going to back up and do that again, because this might end up staying dirt, haven't decided yet. We'll get back about right here, lower it again, and curve the other way. Nice little Y junction there, and obviously, naturally, we could put some bushes and trees right in the little triangle there. Now let's head back up this way, because this is quite a big area. So this right here will naturally expand the wheat field. And my philosophy here is we're trying to make these fields look a little unique and not necessarily all squared. So we're gonna cruise this way now. Our property does kind of go into this cliff face, and I kind of want to start right where we're aiming right now, and we'll start heading up the hill here. It'll be a nice natural climb. And again, we're just going to go to our property line up here and stop about right there. This is looking good from here. Now, one thing I was looking at with this cliff is it seems like there is a little bit of a slope here to where we're going to have to worry about, rainwater and drainage off of this cliff face, down to, gosh, it'll probably start flattening here. Water's going to sit here pretty good. So almost to that tree right there. It's probably where we would want to cut off any field. So I think that's what we'll try to line up with. Get back into the skid steer here and turn around here and just go to the east of this tree is what I'm thinking. And just head at a 180-degree angle here. And that should go right where we're thinking. Gets us a little bit past the area that's going to probably collect a lot of water. Get this connected up to the other one, and then I want to take a look in the sky and see how this is coming together. All right, so we see this existing field can get extended like so, and then you also have another opportunity for one right through here, and this is another natural expansion of a field. Boy, they're getting big. They are getting big, and I think we'd probably want to also have another road come out like so. So I think we will connect those up, as well as probably, if we gave ourselves room right here, and just kind of finish this all, and then we'll have someone come in and put some gravel down for us. So yeah, let's go back to this direction. We'll just, you know, finish this little process here and finally get to some cultivation. Yeah, that's looking pretty nice. So next we're going to get on the Case IH and the cultivator and start making this what's going to be our cornfield this year. And, you know, I don't know exactly. Some of that field might end up getting, you know, shrunk and stolen a little bit to add the pigs eventually. But we'll get to that when we need to. Just trying out our new roads here. Yeah, that tree's gonna have to go. And I think this one up here is gonna have to go as well. And we'll probably want to offset this just a hair. So about right here, so that we do have a little bit of grass in between the road and the field. We'll also lock in at 100 or 270 degrees. And yeah, this is gonna be a good size field. I think the equipment that we have should be good for it, though. It'd be nice to get a little bit bigger of a cultivator here, but yeah, let's get busy. Let's see how we can handle a little bit more speed on this. Go about 10 and get the outline of this field taken care of and go from there. Yeah, I think that'll work out pretty good. So now we're going to clean up a little bit of these areas just to make it completely come together here. Yeah, I think that'll work pretty good. Let's make sure we get far enough over to actually finish this up. So I think what we'll do now is I'm going to get a little bit focused here. Get this first field completely cultivated. Well, we did have a little bit of a crazy amount of cultivating done. So that's, you can see, that's what the fields are going to look like. So we'll try to do corn in the far field. I think we might try to do oats in the smaller field over there, and then the wheat field we'll have to replant and take care of that later on. We're making our way over to the dealership because it's time for yet another upgrade. Let's take a look. Well, $12,000, there it is over there. I'm hoping we can handle it with our equipment. But we absolutely needed an upgrade for lime and fertilizer, so this thing should do us good here. Get on hooked up to the MBY 86. It feels old and old schoolish, so we're going with it. I have no idea when this thing was made, if it's real, any of that. We're going with it. We've repurchased all the soil information, and it looks pretty good, pretty darn good. And as always, we'll use what we have of lime before we buy some. I don't think this will be enough, but we will get some more purchased eventually here. But we're gonna head out that field that we talked about doing corn on. We're gonna do that one first. See an opportunity to try out our new roads here. Still haven't gotten that gravel delivered. That's coming later on. Yeah, that's good. Good width here. One lonely bush still remaining. You know, we'll see how bad this the soil is today for how much we're gonna need to apply, but already feeling like this is going to help a ton compared to the original spreader we had. Just so much more capacity we're applying. Wow, 6.13. It's going to be a little pricey to do it the first time around, but it's got to get done. Can maintain it long term to improve all of our yields. Get that pH level where it needs to be on this field. And after this, we're going to get some corn in the ground. We did have to buy an entire load worth of lime, but it's gone pretty far. We're just going to have this small section that we'll treat that next time. But the oat field's ready, the corn field's ready. Just time to get the planter going on the corn first, and then we'll get the seeder going on the oats after that. And I am kind of liking the story that the two farmyards are telling. You know, you got the more the nicer, we had a little bit of money to spend farmyard, and then we had the budget build over here. I think I'm going to leave them the way they are. Now that we have these new fields going, it looks like that's going to be where all the equipment for taking care of hay and all the feed for the sheep and goats will go, and the chickens. And over here, you know, we're going to have an enclosure for the horses right where I'm driving by right now eventually. So that will be much needed long term. So that space is going to get used. We'll have to figure out exactly what we're going to do with the pigs. And that'll be later on, but I think we'll be able to sneak this into the barn next to the combine. And we do have the white in there as well right now, but that thing might not get used much now that we have the case. But that should do, and I think the John Deere can sit in here as well. All right, so over here, we'll jump in the case, get hooked on up to the planter, and we got a little bit of fertilizer and seed to go through here first. We'll use what we have, just like always. And I think this will be a nice one to just try to do, you know, no headland here. Do the headland last if we need to, and just do kind of ups and downs and see how this goes. And away we go, getting some corn in the ground for I think the first time in the old school survival. Pretty nice, doing some new crops. And we'll probably do every other pass, and I think that'll be a good way to do it here for us. About 9 miles an hour each way. What does that even mean? About 9 miles an hour. Looking pretty good. Case is handling it real nice. Got the row tires on it as well. Should be the ideal setup here. And we'll see, you know, seed's not looking too bad. Only 8 seed per meter squared. So, I mean, we might be surprised and not go through all of it. But time will tell. Let's get her done. Well, we've been grinding out here. You can see to the right, we do have our gravel that's been established. And then we do have back here a new little building that we'll go take a look at once we're done planting the corn. But coming together nice. We did have to spend a decent amount of money on fertilizer and a little bit on seed, so we're down to 14,000. But we've got a lot of things that we're going to be selling here in the next month or so to get the dollar amount back up. And that is it for corn going in the ground. Looking good. Let's get this home. We'll put the planter away and we'll, woo, easy, easy, easy. And we'll take a look at that new facility. Oh, that looks good. Looking good. Yep, turn it around here. This is going to be perfect once the horses arrive. Should be able to open this on up. Come on in here. A lot of area for them to roam. We did cut the fence a certain angle here. A little extra room for them to move around, but then gave us a little bit more area back here so that we could still, you know, work around the barn. I don't know if it'll stay grass right there. We'll see how that, you know, changes over time, but should be pretty good. Got a couple stalls here. Very, very good. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's go ahead and get this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How do we get out of here? Gate's in the way. Let's get this stuff put away. I think we're going to be seeing them probably next month. So we get them delivered. Yeah, how do we get over here, though? Went a little overboard with our decorations. But yeah, this works out good. Looking slick. This is where we're going to keep the planter for now. All right, we're going to head on over to the original farmyard and pick up the cedar, and we're going to get some oats in the ground. Looks like we are full on fertilizer and seed pretty much in the planter or in the cedar already. And this is a smaller field, but it'll be plenty to get us some feed for the horses. And away we go, getting some oats in the ground. We have done oats before. Nothing new to us, but the fertilizer's looking interesting for oats. It's showing basically 0 going on there. I did not know that was how oats worked. Similar to soybeans, apparently. I'm a little concerned about that, but it does say that it's applying nitrogen level optimized value for oats on sandy loam. So we won't worry about it. We'll just get it done. And then I think we'll probably treat some weeds in May. Oh, we got a little rainstorm coming, so we got to get this done. This field's looking gorgeous. Oats should be coming in pretty nice in May as well. And the corn to our left. A couple months' time, we'll be able to harvest our our barley field. Is it barley or wheat? I'm terrible with this, guys. It's been so long since we planted this. It is barley this time. So we'll get to our barley harvest here next episode. We'll also be doing some hay work for our soon-to-be delivered horses. And all the animals definitely need a little bit more hay delivered to their pens, but they'll be able to get by tonight. Just got to get the cedar put away, and we can rest and take a sky view of the entire farm now. It's a big change today. Not as big as last episode, but it's coming together basically way better than I ever envisioned when I started this series. Loving the way things are turning out here on our old school playthrough. I don't know where I'm going to put the cedar over here. Maybe it belongs on the other side of the other farmyard still. Looped around nice there. I think it does not belong here. But we will just place it down for now. Right here. Call it a day. Yeah, let's take this nice view up here. Yeah, look at that. Fields are looking great. This farmyard's now the new farmyard area. I'm stuck back here, guys. Yeah, new farmyard's looking pretty complete. Might do a little bit of changes with some detailing, but I think it's looking fabulous. Gorgeous. I love it. I'll see you guys on the next one.